I mean, without watching film, maybe 34, 35 minutes locked in. The positives are, we held them to, I think, 25 points in the first half, maybe 23 in the second. So that shows that we weren't playing the scoreboard. We were consistently playing the game. So as much as I talk about trying to be perfect, I understand it's hard to play sometimes with a big lead. But I thought for the most part tonight our guys were really playing the game, respecting the opponent, and it didn't get sloppy out there even with a big lead.
Chris, I guess what did you think about Justin, especially that stretch, that 4 or 5 minute stretch there where he had the two putbacks and he was getting a couple of rebounds? So I guess just his first half, I guess he just kind of get in the flow of things. I guess why do you think he had such a good first half?
Well, he mentioned the adversity he went through recently with his grandfather, and so he missed a practice for a couple days to go to the funeral. Then when he came back, he was really dialed in. I think he got back like at 9:30 p.m. and then he went straight to the film room, caught up with the scouting report. So I had a lot of confidence that he was ready to play tonight, just from his mental, approach, and specifically with those guys kind of elevating the game today. I mean, that's what we need. Like I tell the guys all the time, we're going to try to play well as a team offensively and defensively and be unselfish and have a scouting report. But to win at this level, especially what's coming in late December with the Big 12, is we just got it. Sometimes you got to go make a play. You got to go make a Big 12 play. You got to let your talent permeate the game. And I thought tonight you saw that. Guys hitting big shots, Zach Justin coming out of nowhere, extra passes. And so to me it felt like some Big 12 type intensity tonight in the arena, and that's good because it's coming quickly.
Do you feel like every game that Keenan plays, I know at the beginning of the season, to kind of preface this, you had wanted him to be more of a scorer, obviously, with what he was last year, which was more just of a distributor first. Was that a little bit of taste of, again, of what you want to see from Keenan throughout the season and, knowing when to be able to take his shot and let it rip?
Absolutely. He's got a high ceiling player. I think first you got to give, Coach Smith and Joe and Pooh and Vince and those guys a lot of credit. They coached him well from freshman to sophomore, and we just have a different system. I'm asking him to do different things than Tubby was, and to Keenan's credit, he's embraced the new role. But he was a good player before I got here. But he's so talented, he has to pick and choose his times. Like when you're a player like Keenan and Zach and Anthony, you can literally shoot the ball anytime you want, right? Because you can create your own shot, but it's trying to find that balance between team basketball, which we know we have to play to win at this level, but also, impacting the game with talent. So I've been really proud of Keenan's shot selection. Anthony, Zach, all these guys, Justin, all of them. I think they're really trying to play team basketball, which is our formula, right? This is the chance we have to win. But also you got to make individual plays with your talent because we have some good players.
Coach, did your athleticism help you in the paint points and points off turnovers to dominate the game tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Nichols is a little bit undermanned, but they're going to have a good season in their conference. They had our full attention and respect. It starts with their coach, Richie. I had a lot of respect for him and how he's come up from different levels of basketball as an assistant at Clemson. It's his first head coaching job. I think as today they had 5 wins, best start in Nichols history to my knowledge. They beat Boston College on the road, so Richie does a great job. Tonight wasn't their night. I'm sure from their perspective, they felt like they had some shots they didn't make. The game got away from them, but I'm pleased for our players tonight. I think we beat a good team tonight in Nichols State. I have a lot of respect for their program.
As you look past this game and all the successes that came from this game, what do you see coming up for your first real road test at Richmond?
Well, it's great to see Ross back on the court. It's great to see Zach on the court tonight, so we're relatively getting healthy. We sure really miss Norrance. We're hopeful he can come back very soon. So I like the fact that we're finally getting our team back at a key time. Richmond's a great game for us. It's a game that Tubby scheduled. I think they had Richmond here last year, and right when I got the job and saw the schedule, I love the game because Richmond's an NCAA tournament type team. It's going to be a tough environment. It's what our team needs going into league play. I've been talking to the players about this game a long time, and I've never really done that in my career looking ahead. But 6 juniors, 6 seniors, we're an experienced team. We have a lot of just truth-telling sessions with our team. I'm coaching this team different than I ever have. So this is a game we've been looking forward to. We're not going to lose this game. We're either going to win at Richmond or we might run out of time. But we're going down there with a winner's mentality. We're going to win. We're going to get our team better. We're going to embrace great competition against a really good team and the opportunity to play on the road.
And Coach, you touched on it a little bit there. Ross back tonight in limited minutes. How important is that, obviously, as you head for this really tough true road test? And what did you see from him in limited minutes tonight?
Yeah, I thought he had a great mental approach. I didn't think he was out there trying to score 20 points. I think literally he was just out there trying to help the team and get his feet under him. After the game tonight, the game ball went to Chris Williams, our trainer. He's done an unbelievable job the last 16 days getting Ross back on the court. Our team doctor, Dr. Scoville, supported all this. We got a lot of really good people here at Tech. This is an injury that most people might be out for 30 days. Ross is back 16 days later. So it starts with the doctor, and then Chris Williams did an unbelievable job. And then give Ross a lot of credit. This isn't a rehab where you just come in at 3:30 every afternoon. This is a thing from 7, 8 times a day all the way up until he goes to bed, setting the alarm, 4 a.m., getting up, icing it some more. A lot of discipline goes into this kind of rehab. So I'm very thankful to have Chris as our trainer.
Coach, Zach went off for 13 points tonight. We've seen Anthony go off for 33, but we haven't seen them go off together. Is that just the nature of the two positions that they play?
No, that's the plan. If you got a way we can get that done, let me know. I mean, I would love to have Anthony and Zach go off together. No, we're playing team basketball. Those guys are letting the game come to them. We know in our league, tonight we had some special performances, right? Like Keenan, 8 from 10, Justin, 7 for 9. We're a team that strives for 50% shooting, but a clear part of our formula is we know in Big 12 play we're going to have some special nights. We're going to need Keenan to go 8 for 10 again. We're going to need Anthony to have another 30-point game somewhere down the line. So that's the thing. I think our team's getting better. We're coaching them hard. They're embracing it. But, in the next couple months, we're going to have some special moments from guys. And tonight you saw some of that. But that's the plan. You get into this level of competition, your best players have to step up.
Talk to us about the aggressiveness of your team while limiting the amount of fouls that they did commit.
Yeah, not fouling, something that we really try to emphasize. As a younger coach, I studied Lute Olson from Arizona. They recruited one of my players when I was in junior college, and I got to know their assistant coach, Jay John, and we talked basketball. We both came from junior college backgrounds, and Jay was always telling me, hey, one of the best things we do is don't foul. I thought about that because as a young coach, I love a foul in practice, because to me that was being aggressive, but that's very, very naive and dumb by me back in the early days because a foul is a defensive mistake. Sometimes the offense makes a play and you have to foul. There's such things as not good fouls, but acceptable fouls. But there's a whole other level of fouling that's just it's lack of discipline, it's mistakes, and you can't do that. In our league, we can't let people get in the bonus early in the halves. So not fouling is a big emphasis. We try to emphasize it in practice. We try to coach it well. I think we do. But give the players the credit because they've really embraced it. Tonight, 6 fouls as a team. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Go to Will and then back to Dope to wrap it up.
Matt went 3 for 3 tonight. How do you feel like he's coming along, kind of where he's at right now, coming back?
To me, I don't know if y'all will agree, but he looks like a more confident player out there early in the season. I think because of the injuries and not practicing, and he just never felt comfortable. And I took great responsibility of that as his coach. I don't ever want to coach guys that don't look comfortable. I want our guys to be out there confident and having fun and believing in themselves and the team. And I have I believe in Matt. His story, again, it's overplayed. Him and I are both tired of hearing about it, the rec center, this and that. But, he earned a scholarship this summer. I didn't give it to him. He earned it. He's a Big 12 player. He's had some adversity this summer and fall because he didn't get to practice with the knee scope. But I think he's looking comfortable out there, which is a great sign to me because we're really counting on Matt Temple this year.
Just back to Justin one more time. I'm not sure how many games in a row now he's been in the starting lineup, and I'm not sure how much of that has to do with the injuries that you have with your front court. But he was a guy last year who was more of a sixth man. He always was someone who could be in the starting lineup just talent-wise. But what have you seen over the last few weeks that just is it basically you just can't keep him out of the starting lineup? It's just too much of a loss?
Yeah, even though we get into some consistency where the same guys start, really, in my mind, I don't think starters. Like, in this game plan, I was thinking about Naeem, guarding the first play of the game. Then Coach Adams had to remind me, hey, Naeem's not starting tonight. So I don't really view that. On this team right here, I've got 12 players I have a lot of confidence in, including Norrance when he comes back. And really, we have 7 or 8 type starter players. And I think we get into Big 12 play, different players will start different games for matchups. But with Justin, simply stated, he's one of our best players. I think he's got a chance to be an all Big 12 type player at some point in his career. And again, give the previous staff a lot of credit for recruiting him and his discipline, and then give our staff some credit for maybe getting his game to the next level. Not myself, but the assistants and the GAs and all these people that work with him on a daily basis. But Justin Gray, I mean, he's a good player. He's a guy that lets the game come to him. He's not a 25-point game every night, but he probably could be in a different system. So a lot of respect for Justin. Grandfather died, the funeral, coming back, being locked in. Just earned even more respect tonight. And I love Justin Gray. Anybody knows where there's another Justin Gray out there, let us know because we'll go recruit him tomorrow morning.